in Triple department at Goa campus and looking after the admission division in Goa campus.
And I am Vishal Gupta. I'm a professor in computer science, and I look behind the admissions process in Pilani campus.
You can also introduce yourself. Yeah. Dr. Nandkumar here, looking after the admissions data here in Pilani campus. Thank you. Professor Shiven, you have been? Professor Sahu?
Yeah.
You can introduce, then we can start.
Yeah. I'm Professor S.K. Sahu, presently head of the department Triple at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. Thank you all for joining this event.
Okay, so what we will do first, briefly, I will tell about this joint collaboration programs which we are going to offer under this joint collaboration program, and then maybe very briefly in 10 minutes I will be explaining about it, and then so what I will be going through first we will be telling that what is this joint collaboration program, what are the ways actually we are going to run through this program, and then very briefly I will be telling that in first 2 years what kind of courses, and the next 4 years what are the courses, and then we will be talking about just I will show the fee structure. Of course, that is given in detail, and of course scholarship, and then after that, Professor Sriram, what is the coverage from your side? You are going to talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to, we have a few slides just to talk about Iowa State, the college, the departments that are participating, the degree programs, to give them an idea of how the academic programs and the opportunities are here on campus. So you address all the, we just want to talk a little bit about what Iowa State is like.
Okay, so yeah, so now I think we can start. So you will record, now it will be available already. It is. So it has gone to the candidates? Candidates are already done. Huh? Already done. Okay, so good evening to all of you. I am Professor Ajit Pratap Singh, Dean in Academic Undergraduate Division, as well as also I am a Senior Professor in Civil Engineering Department. So welcome to this particular webinar which we have organized jointly by BITS Pilani and Iowa State University, AIMS. In fact, you will be happy to note that we have initiated 2+2 international collaborative programs by BITS Pilani and Iowa State University, which is basically, as you know, that BITS Pilani is an institution of eminence, and the Iowa State University is well-known university in US, have partnered to offer this exciting opportunity for a student to pursue unique collaborative academic programs at the international level. Here, this particular program is going to empower you as a global citizens through transformative education across India and USA. And so in this case, what I am going to discuss is about some salient points of the programs, then of course fee structures, then scholarships availability, as well as the details where you can get and how you can apply for this particular program. So as I mentioned that the collaboration offers you a unique opportunity to study in 2 countries at 2 globally recognized institutions and receive 2 degrees. So basically it is a dual degree program where 2 years students is going to study at BITS Pilani, and next 2 years, that is in 3rd year and 4th year, they are going to study at Iowa State University, AIMS. And at the end of 4 years, that is 2 years in BITS and 2 years in Iowa State University, students are going, when they are going to complete, they will be getting 2 degrees. One is by BITS Pilani and other is by Iowa State University. Now, in this case, as I mentioned that curriculum is designed based on the strengths of both the institutions in such a way so that you can get a broad-based foundation. The complete course curriculum is basically modular in structure. It is flexible. It offers different kind of flexibilities to the students. And if you will see the programs, then you will see that what kind of different courses at foundation level, at core courses, at discipline electives, all those things are designed. Now in year 1 and year 2, first 2 years program students are going to gain foundation in science, mathematics, engineering, and fundamental aspects of engineering field in a mixture of theory as well as practical courses. Of course, between first year and second year, we are also having one summer term where students are going to do some humanities elective courses. And in second year, again, students are going to do core courses, professional courses like principles of economics, then general awareness courses like environmental studies, and many other courses which is prescribed in second year. In fact, the first year and second year courses offered at BITS Pilani are also going to be the prerequisite. Many of those courses are going to be prerequisite and necessary courses to start the coursework at advanced level in year third year and fourth year at Iowa State University. Now, in year 3, you are definitely going to consolidate your learning from the first 2 years and further develop your knowledge and understandings of your specialized engineering field. In fourth year, actually in place, so basically we have here options of practice school. So earlier, we have different options. One option is practice school, one option is thesis. Whereas for this particular cohort, we have created another option of capstone project. So students in fourth year is going to do 2 capstone projects, which is based on the real life industry and research exposures. And there will be one senior capstone projects in fourth year first semester, and there will be another course in second year as a fourth year second semester. And of course, apart from that, at Iowa State University, you are also going to get different options to choose the core elective, technical elective, general educational electives, etc. So this is this particular slide just talks about that how the whole 4 years is going to be divided into parts. First part, year 1 and year 2 at BITS, and year 3 and year 4 at Iowa State University. Now, this year we have started 4 programs of BE Electronics and Communication Engineering at Pilani campus. And so once all 4 years is after completing all the coursework of 4 years, BITS is going to award you the BE Electronics and Communication, whereas ISU is going to award you Electrical Engineering, BS in Electrical Engineering. Similarly, Goa campus, we are offering 2 programs in this cohort, Electrical and Electronics by BITS Pilani, and of course, when you are going to get this electrical electronics, then of course after that completion of the whole coursework, you will be getting also electrical engineering by Iowa State University. BE Mechanical by BITS and BS Mechanical by ISU you are going to get. And another program we are offering is BE Computer Science by BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus, and BS Computer Engineering by Iowa State University. So these are the 4 programs, and students are going to get dual degree after completion of the work. Apart from that, of course, the best of both the universities, you are going to get well-equipped laboratories coupled with extensive practical work. Highly experienced faculty is going to teach you. And of course, first year is going to common for all the students, whether they are going to be admitted in computer science or mechanical or electrical or electronics. And as I mentioned, that basic core courses, prerequisite courses, professional and general awareness courses, etc., is going to be taught in second year. Now, how to apply for this particular program? So actually already application form is now open. You have to go to our BITS Pilani admission website, and in fact, this cohort, when we are going to admit, it is purely based on BITSAT score. So it is definitely required that anybody who is aspiring to get admission under this joint collaboration programs, actually they have to write BITSAT. That is the first requirement. And once they have written BITSAT, then ultimately they can go to the BITS website, and then they can show their expression of interest for a particular program, or they can give the preferences of all 4 programs. And then we are going to prepare the merit list, and then as per the timelines, we are going to declare the results of the admission. Now, apart from that, English language requirements is again an essential part of ISU. So students are required to submit evidence of one of below mentioned English language test. All these details are also given in the website that you can see. But in this case, in Iowa State University, actually immediate English language requirement is not required, but when you go after second year to ISU, before that fall semester, that is the first semester of BITS Pilani of your second year, by that time actually you must have this score, and this is the eligibility requirement. This eligibility requirement has to be fulfilled, otherwise your going up that university is going to be delayed, and it is not going to be fulfilled. Okay. Now, this is the fee structure of the program. So, first semester, 3,97,500 is the first semester fees in 24-25 academic year, and 4,17,215 second year. And similarly, when you are going in third year and fourth year, so this year academic fees, as you can see, $33,315, which is actually going to may increase 3 to 4% when you reach there. So all details are here mentioned. Scholarships are also provided by the ISU in year 3 and year 4. But it is subject to the CGPA. If you are going to make 9 CGPA and above, then 4,500 scholarship, 8 to 9, then 4,000. If your CGPA falls between 7 and 8, then 3,500. This is annual scholarship. And if it is between 6 and 7, then 3,000 USD. Of course, if your CGPA is less than 6, then they are not going to provide you scholarship. And so this is all about details of this joint collaborative programs. More details are available at the website. You can scan this code bar, and then from there also you can get the information. Now I invite Professor Sriram to give some silent features of ISU.
I'm going to share a slide if I can.
Yeah, you can say.
Right. Can you see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Hello, everybody. We just wanted to follow up on kind of the salient points that Dr. Singh just mentioned about Iowa State. We thought we'll share a little bit about what Iowa State looks like. My name again is Sriram Sundararajan. I'm actually an alumnus of BITS Pilani, and we have a team here that's been working with the BITS team to get this program online. I serve as Associate Dean for Academic Affairs in the College of Engineering. So Iowa State University is what we call a land-grant university. It focuses on students. We have a large focus on science and technology. It is one of the oldest universities in the country. And it was designed at a time when you had Ivy Leagues like Harvard, Stanford teaching high-level subjects. There were no universities that taught practical subjects like engineering and agriculture. So Iowa State was one of the first universities that was launched to basically teach practical subjects. And so we have 7 academic colleges. We have, out of which College of Engineering is the largest academic college on campus. We're a very large university. We have roughly about 29,000 students on campus. The College of Engineering, as I said, is the largest one on campus. We have 8 departments offering 15 undergraduate programs. We're roughly about 7,000 students, and including about 1,000 plus 1,000 graduate students. We're a research-intensive university. All our faculty are expected to maintain a research program, and that research enterprise is fairly large. So on the order of about $115 million a year. We are ranked in the top 50 for both our undergraduate and graduate programs in the country. So for the 4 programs that were mentioned as part of this 2+2, there are 2 departments that are offering this. We have Electrical and Computer Engineering department that offers the Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering and the Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, which are part of these 2+2. They also offer other degree programs, but these are the 2 that are part of the 2+2. And then the other one is the Department of Mechanical Engineering that offers the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. These are the 2 largest departments in the college. In fact, mechanical engineering is the largest undergraduate degree program on campus at Iowa State University. It's the most popular major. And so both departments offer outstanding faculty and facilities. We've just highlighted a few of the faculty to give you an idea of the people who you will be engaged with in class. Here are some people here. Bhaskar Ganapati Subramanian and Saumik Sarkar lead artificial intelligence institutes out of the mechanical engineering department, where they help with various applications. Ted Heindel runs a center for multi-phase flow research. Carrie Pint does a lot of energy research, and these are faculty in the mechanical engineering department. And on the right here, you see Hongwei Zhang. He leads an effort to bring wireless capabilities to rural areas. The folks here in the middle are Ann Kimber and Zayu Wang. They work on electrical microgrids and power grids to provide sustainable energy to the nation. And down here you have Manimaran Govindarasu, who's again in electrical and computer engineering, and he works on cybersecurity and security of networks. So these are just examples of faculty that you'll be interacting with when you come here. As I mentioned, we are a research-intensive university, which means all students have the opportunity to participate in the research enterprise, and our signature research areas are listed here. So as students come here and as part of the program, they can take research for credits that count towards their technical electives, and they can participate in the research enterprise with the particular faculty, and potentially go on to graduate school if they so desire, and that puts you in a good space for that. What we've listed here as various research entities that are led by faculty in the College of Engineering. I mentioned the Multiplace for Research. We have an Institute of Transportation and Electric Power Research Center, a Translational Artificial Intelligence Center, Virtual Reality Center, and so on. So this is just to highlight the fact that when students come here, they have the opportunity to participate in the research that our faculty do. I'm sure there'll be questions regarding, BITS is famous for its practice school and for its hands-on opportunities. Iowa State's brand is also to provide a large amount of hands-on experience as well. We have a dedicated engineering career services office. We bring in more than 400 companies per year on campus that interact with our students. More than 75% of our students graduate with at least a summer internship or a semester-long co-op experience, which is similar to, so the internship would be similar to a practice school 1, and the co-op would be similar to a practice school 2. So it's not a requirement, but you have the opportunity to do that. And as Dr. Singh mentioned, our degree programs also have capstone projects where you'll be working on projects that are sponsored by companies, or you will be working on research projects that faculty are providing that meet the requirements of the capstone. So this office will work with you, in terms of preparing you well to interact with companies and so on and so forth. Now, Ames, Iowa, we are a Midwest community. You see the map of the United States here, so we're kind of bang in the middle. We are larger than Pilani, but we are still a college town because Iowa State is the primary large enterprise here in the town. It's roughly about 70,000 people. We're not that far from Chicago. Des Moines is the capital of the state, Minneapolis and Kansas City. It is an extremely diverse and vibrant student body. We have students from all over the world, as you might imagine, and you have plenty of things to do here. Engineering by itself has 90 plus clubs, including a solar car team, a Baja team, flight vehicles, things like that. And for those of us who are coming from India, there is an Indian Student Association which is extremely active. They hold activities throughout the year and keep the students busy so that they don't miss home too much. And we have a very active cricket club between here and Des Moines. And so these are things that you can look forward to if you were to come here. We want to point out that being in the Midwest, our overall cost of living is fairly low compared to many places. On average, about 10% lower than other Midwest universities here. And it's about 45% lower than the living expenses you would have, say, in California or the New York area. So as an overall cost of living, it's pretty attractive that way. We already talked about the scholarship opportunities. We also want to highlight, being a research university, that we have a large number of PhD and master's programs, including a concurrent program where as you finish your bachelor's degree, you can go on to a graduate degree if you so desire. And these are opportunities you can talk about in case you have questions. There is a good FAQ that we have put up on our website. If you want to learn more about Iowa State, the requirements, as Dr. Singh mentioned, there are English requirements that you'll do, but our team here our plan is once the cohort comes in, we will interact with the cohort on a regular basis to make sure they're doing what they need to do to transition to Iowa State. So that's a very quick, brief overview of the programs here at Iowa State. I'll just say one last thing. The degree program in India is called BE. All our engineering degree programs here are called Bachelor of Science. That is the standard nomenclature that the United States universities use. But they are ABET accredited, and they are recognized for the quality, and our corporate partners and our research partners who interact with us are always state that the hands-on experiences we provide for our students is a strength and brand of Iowa State. So being a product of BITS as well, I know how strong the programs there are, and we're excited to offer this opportunity for students to transition from an excellent university in India to an excellent university here. Thank you.
Yeah, so questions have been received. I think
Yes,
already we have
live
received some of the questions. Maybe a live question.
regarding fee structure. The fee structure has already been
Yeah, so there are about 25 questions we have received. So the first question is, what visa would be the student apply for is F1 visa, or what happens after 4th year? Will they be eligible in OPT in US to find jobs or need to return? So in fact, we have specified, if you go through the website, in that actually FAQs are there, frequently asked questions are there. We have explained the details of this, but maybe Professor Sriram can add some points on this.
Yeah, and Shannon, chime in as needed. So yes, so you will come on a student visa, and as part of an international student visa pursuing a degree program, you have two options. One is a curricular practical training, which is basically for experiences with companies, etc., during your degree program. And then once your degree program is done, you have something called an OPT, or an optional practical training, which for STEM and engineering degrees, I believe, is up to 24 months. So you have the option of taking that, and then you can use the 24 months to either work at a company or do something related to what you did in your degree, right? You can't do something super orthogonal, but yeah, so those opportunities do exist. Now, as with anything, with visa applications in the US, there are a lot of parameters and constraints. So we don't control the visa process, but all the students can take advantage of this. We have a wonderful international student scholar office on campus, and so they will work with you. They have staff there who are extremely passionate about helping international students, so you'll be in good hands. And hopefully that answered your question. Shannon, anything else to add?
If the students were to stay at Iowa State longer than the 2 years for a master's degree, then the amount of time that they can work is equal to the amount of time that they were earning their degree at Iowa State. So if you were 3 years at Iowa State, there would be more, there would be a longer permission period for that work.
For
And
the
that
OPT.
would be
Yeah.
right, exactly, for the OPT. And then for off-campus work, that was a question that just came up in the chat that's related. If the work is related to engineering or to their field of study, it is possible to work off campus. But during the semester, if they're doing work that is not directly related to their major, then they would not have permission. So they would have permission to work on campus, though.
Yeah, so essentially, if you were to go for a summer somewhere, you can use the CPT. If you were to go post-graduation to work at a company off campus, etc., you'll use the OPT. That's how it's typically done. So yes, you have the availability of those pathways.
Okay, now next question is this program offered only for 4-year program? What about MSc 5-year program? Yes. So this year we are offering only these 4 programs, and it is the duration of these program is 4-year programs, 2 years in BITS and 2 years in ISU. Now next question is what is the deadline to appear and clear up IELTS, TOEFL, English tests, etc. So for this, actually, as I mentioned, that for this particular joint collaboration, actually, you can appear later, but maybe at the end of first semester of 25-26. That is the deadline. That is the fall semester of ISU. That is when you are going in 3rd year to ISU. Before that, in 2nd year, in first semester, you should complete it. So the say you can say that by 31st December you can complete.
Yeah, we'll give you some more details of the dates, but the idea is at the end of your 2nd year in the spring term, January to March or so, January to May. That's around the time frame you'll be finishing up your 2nd year in Pilani or in the Pilani BITS. I came from Pilani, so my brain says Pilani all the time. Now there's Goa and Hyderabad too. So BITS. So when you finish your 2nd year in BITS, you will then be getting ready. By that time, you would have gone through the admission procedure here. And then you have to apply for your visa, etc. So your English requirement should be done by then, right? So the ideal time for you to do that is your fall term of your 2nd year, right? So, and there are dates that you can find all these exams post their availability and date. So we'll set the particular date which we think will be best. But I think for those of you who are considering this program at this point, the plan should be to take it sometime during the fall term of your 2nd year. So you're best prepared to do the next steps in the subsequent semester to transition, to complete your degree program, the 2-year program there, and then transition here.
Okay. Now next question is the indicative fee include accommodation, hostel charges in the US, please? No, it is the tuition fees. Yeah. Yeah,
I
please.
can show you. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this will tell you what the expected overall cost might be. So the tuition and fees are indicated there. And the caveat here is the way the tuition system works here in the US is, at least at Iowa State University, it is set by our governing board, the Board of Regents. And so that we tend to know what the future fees would be like not well ahead, right? It's about every year in advance or so. So right now, what we've indicated are the 24-25 fees. You see the tuition fees for engineering students, that's the first line, 33,315 is all in USD. And then you see the overall cost of living expenses that you can estimate, that are estimated for you on an annual basis. So if you were to go for a visa application, this is what you would need. So hopefully this answers your question. And we have this information up on our FAQ page as well.
What if at the end of the second year, someone enrolled in the program doesn't want to go through with it anymore? Can they continue with their single degree program? No, this is not possible because your admission is done through this route only, where if your admission is done on a regular basis through BITSide only for BITS Pilani campus, Goa campus, Hyderabad campus, then you can, of course, you are going to continue that. But in this particular cohort, because your admission is done exclusively for these 2+2 programs, so you cannot simply say that no, we don't want to go now. Okay, so ultimately your admission process itself is done based on the merit list which is within this particular cohort. That is why we are taking a separate choice from you to prepare the merit list. Now there are multiple international options along with regular programs. Do we get multiple admission options to choose from based on my rank as these? Yes, that is there. So we are collecting all informations, and there will be separate merit list for our BITS Pilani regular programs of Pilani, Goa and Hyderabad campuses. Then there will be this particular BITS Iowa State University. There will be separate merit list, and which will be informed, and you will be getting a separate offer letter once you are going to get selected. Now, can a student change their first degree program after 1 year? So it is not possible. Of course, the change of degree is going to be based on your performance in first year. And if your performance, whatever performance is expected from you, if that is done, then only your degree can be changed. Otherwise, whatever the admission is done in that, you have to continue at BITS and Iowa State University. Now, will the BITS provide job opportunity for students who want to return and work here in India? So, answer is yes. If you have completed your degree after at the end of the last semester, institute will provide you to sit in the placement in our campus interviews at campuses of Pilani or Goa or Hyderabad, depending on the discipline in which you have been admitted. So BITS will provide. Of course, the similar process is going to be applicable for IOSO. So this is also, that is, you can get access to the placement opportunities at both the sites, BITS Pilani as well as whatever is available at ISU. Now, will the student consider for placement in BITS campus? Yes, I have already answered. What is the cost of hostel in the Iowa State University? Already Professor has mentioned. BITS is also offering RMIT program. How is this program different from that, and what are the benefits? So yeah, so we have collaboration with RMIT University also. So programs are offered more or less of similar kind by RMIT University. Now it's up to the students, candidates who are going to whether they want to go to Australia or they want to avail the teaching learning processes at Iowa State University. It is up to you. So all the details about the programs of RMIT University, that is also available at the BITS RMIT website. You have to go through that, and then accordingly you can decide it. But preferences, etc., you can fill for both the things, and then merit list is going to be prepared, and based on that, the decision is to be taken by you. Of course, Professor Sriram, if you want to add anything, you can add here. So, of course,
yeah, you take into account what your interests are. We strongly encourage you to, there'll be a team here will be available to answer questions, of course, during the session and after the cohort joins the program or even before. You can call, there's contact information you can ask, and you make the best decision of what you want to do afterward, right? So each university has its own profile. Iowa State has a profile it's known for its engineering programs, and our emphasis is also it prepares students well for both for careers in industry as well as to do research and grad school later. So come and explore what's available, get your questions answered, and make the choice that's best for you. So there's a question here about H-1B visa after. So, once you finish your degree program, H-1B visas are sponsored by the companies that hire you. So the universities per se don't do anything or can't do anything because we are not the ones sponsoring that particular visa. But as a university, we bring the employers on campus. You participate in the fairs, and if an opportunity arises, and you get hired or placed in a company, then that company, in all likelihood, will sponsor the H-1B. But that is a decision made by the company. So as a university, we cannot vouch for that in any shape, way, or form, right?
And the next question is there any benefit advantage given by this program for further studies, MS, PhD in the United States, ISU, etc.? So yeah, you can answer.
Absolutely. BITS is a well-known brand globally. What with this particular program, you would have a degree with experiences both from BITS and from ISU. ISU, of course, is a US institution. It is well known. A lot of our students, again, go to industry. Many go to grad school as well. So yes, you'd be well positioned to do that. You could continue the graduate program at Iowa State if you choose to, because we have pathways where you can transition from bachelor's to master's and then to PhD. And of course, you can then use this degree program to apply for grad school elsewhere in the US as well. So yes, you will be well positioned for sure, because in some sense, you will be in the United States. You would have a experience and a degree program from the United States, so it will position you well.
Why same 2 degrees from 2 separate universities? For example, B mechanical from
Program
BITS and
at Iowa
BS mechanical
State.
from Iowa. So basically, you are getting 2 degrees because both institutions best, as I mentioned, you are going to get. So BITS is going to consider the credit points which you are going to earn at Iowa State, and similarly, whatever you are going to get credits in BITS, Iowa State is going to consider that. So as a result, actually, we are offering you 2 degrees. In fact, you can always, for example, you are going for job in US and you feel that the degree awarded by ISU is going to be more useful for you, so you can take that. And when suppose you are working in India and you feel that so basically you are the student of both the university. So it is up to you that what best works for you. Based on that, you can use those things and you can apply that. So yeah. Now, if a student uses OPT after BS and then decides to pursue masters after a year or so, there will be again a 2 years OPT available after masters too? This is
That amount of time will be based on each of their programs that they've been in the US. So it would be, there would be additional time that the student would be able to work.
So it's roughly the number of years you're spending in your degree programs on campus, right? So that's how you can approximately use that as a gauge. So if you spend 2 years doing your bachelor's, and so you have roughly 2 years to use, and then if you were to do a master's, you spend another year or so, you'll have that additional time to use. But the ISSO office can provide you with the exact details, but on average, that's how it works.
So how many seats are there in this program? So basically this year in this all these 4 programs, we have maximum 30 seats. Of course, it is going to depends upon the merit of the students and number of applications which we are going to receive. So based on that, but maximum seats in a particular program is going to be 30 each. Now I have already given my TOEFL that it gets accepted. So this answer you can already suppose somebody is having a score, English test score, whether it is going to be valid after 2 years or it is going to be again he or she is going to write. Maybe we can. I think we will check back and
Yes, we'll check on this, that whether for how many years the TOEFL score is valid.
do we have to complete any credit work or course in first 2 years at BITS of Iowa, 2 years of study? So no, all courses are going to be done at BITS, but the credit points for these courses are going to be considered by Iowa State University. Some of the courses which is essentially required only for BITS, that those courses are not going to be considered. So we have done a complete program mapping of all the programs, and then based on that we have all those details will be shared to you. Current campus placement statistics at our CS program. So maybe you can give some highlights on that. It would be.
So just to clarify, what do they mean by placement? Are you talking about post-graduation? Is that what they're asking?
So
Or what do they
probably
mean by-
after doing their BS, after completing the 4 years program, I mean, it's a general question in the minds of students that how will I get placed? I mean, what is the salary package expected and what kind of placement is there?
Okay, so just to a couple of things, just to clarify, our programs, so if you were to do computer science there in Hyderabad campus, I believe you'll come here and do computer engineering, right? Computer science is a separate degree program that is not part of this 2+2. It is not in the College of Engineering. So you would come into the engineering program here. Our placement rate, so what we track is placement for our students upon graduation and then within 6 months of graduation. So that number is between 90 and 95% for our graduating classes. So it's pretty high. Now, I will say that's for all our students. International students have this additional, thing that you have to work through to make sure that the company is going to be sponsoring the visa. And that tends to vary cycle by cycle. But overall, the placement is very healthy for all our students. Now, this includes students not only going to companies, but also going on to graduate school, right? So the overall placement is what they want to do after their degree program. So this includes, so that 90 to 95% includes students who are not only going to companies, but also going to graduate school or any other professional route that students, we have some students who go on to do medical school, for example, after engineering degree. So anything that they do that they have decided to do after, if they have got that, that counts in that placement, right? So hopefully that answered that question.
And and one question which I'm reading is coming, multiple times, that are the students allowed to work during their third year and fourth year in US along with their studies?
On campus, you can work. You can get an on-campus job, no problem. But I'm not sure why they would want to. I mean, I guess if you see the examples of the degree programs, their semesters will be full, right? So there's not many of our students who are full-time students who also work off campus. There are some who do it for needed, but I think for international students, many of our international students, if they were to work during the semester, they're on campus. Now, during the summers, they can do an internship, etc., using CPT. If they choose to do what's called a co-op, which is a semester-long internship at a company, they can do that as well using the CPT OPT process. But then that will delay their academic program, right? Because they cannot be working during the semester and taking courses at ISU. So that's a choice a student will have to make. I don't know if that answered the questions people had. I'm happy to provide more information.
One just quick
Yeah, go ahead,
clarification
Shannon.
point for working on campus. There's a variety of different types of jobs and positions that are available. So we do have some undergraduate students who are working in research labs or they're working in other engineering related type endeavors. And then there are also jobs on campus that could be in our food services area or we've had some international students that work for our Department of Residence. So there's a variety of different types of work positions available, and then students can gauge how busy are they going to be with their academics, with how much time would they have available for a job, and what job would make the most sense for that.
Okay. So can I ask?
And Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say there's a lot of questions about whether our degree programs are actually 4 years or 3 years, etc. So, BITS, the first year program, first degree program is a 4 year program. Our BS degree programs are designed to be 4 year programs as well. What this 2+2 does is, as part of the collaboration between the two universities, we've worked out course equivalencies and transfer credits. So you do 2 years at BITS, and then you do, if you stay on track with all the courses, of course, in both places, you'll do 2 years in BITS, and then you'll do 2 years here, and to get both the degree programs. But our BS programs are designed to be 4 year programs as standalone degrees. So if a student comes directly into Iowa State and does a BS degree program in any engineering major, it is a 4 year degree. So I saw several questions related to that. So hopefully that answered that. Sorry, I interrupted somebody. Please go ahead. What question were you asking?
Okay, so one more question which is coming up again and again is that one thing, either visa is not approved, there is some issue with the visa after the second year, or they have some backlogs in their second year, then what is going to happen?
Yeah, so I think we have already mentioned in our FAQ detail about this. So there are, as I mentioned, that this particular admission is done for only BITS ISU cohort. So merit list which is prepared is based on that. So there are two options. Either students are going to be transferred to a program of the merit list which is for our regular program. Say for example, if in this particular program somebody might be getting program A, but in our regular program merit list, the program is somebody is getting program B. So there is a chance that if somebody is not getting that, then that can be they can be transferred there, or the credit points of the all credit points which students have done, we will share them a transcript, and then they can use this transcript and go some other university. So these are the two options, but I think this whole thing, my suggestion would be that those who are very clear that they are interested to take admission in this particular program, only those people should take. It should not happen that, so flexibility is almost nil in this case. Anybody who is admitted in this particular program is actually supposed to go to the US for next 2 years, right? So that thing should be clear, and of course credit points can be given for these 2 years, and then they can go anywhere and complete other degree. So that is the thing. Now, what is the last date to apply? This is 2nd of July. July 2nd of July. Till that point, you can apply. Now, what happens in case the student is not able? Already we have answered. In each application for this program is through the same application process or any other course in BITS. So we have this as an additional choice when selecting courses for the program. So, of course, so in the application portal we have made it now. So you have applied it. So we are going, as I mentioned, that we are going to consider your candidature for two different cases. Regular cases you have applied in the same application form, you have applied for this. So we will be separately treating this, and we are going to prepare two different merit lists, and based on that we are going to issue two different offer letters. And it is up to you to accept one of these, or initially you can also accept both the things by accepting the conditions which is given in the offer letter, and then you will be given some deadline to withdraw one of the program, and after that then you can continue a particular program. So that is how actually this whole process is. Now, can I opt for both BITS ISU and BITS only at this moment and decide later? Yes, because till withdrawal date, which is again in the timelines of the whole admission calendar, it will be mentioned, and by that time you have to withdraw from one of the program and you can continue with the other. Now, what happens if visa gets rejected? Already we have answered. Is there separate BITSAT counseling and merit list for the? Yes, we have answered. Any financial assistance provided for second year stay? So for the first 2 years, there will be no financial assistance, but if you fall in the merit list, so merit list basically if so Institute BITS Pilani offers merit and merit community scholarships. Now, if you fall in that merit list, definitely you can avail that kind of scholarship, but there is no separate scholarship for this particular cohort in first 2 years. Now, need detailed admission information. You please refer the website. Simply go to the BITS admission.com. There will be one tab, BITS ISU. If you click, all the details are available there. Are these programs outside the BITS India seat matrix? Yes. Now, expected cutoff, we can't say anything now because this is first time we are offering. Now, fees at BITS itself is almost double for first 2 years than regular BITS because it is an international program. So, actually, that's why the fee structure is different as compared to the previous one. Yeah. So, all other questions, if anything is left, we will go through them and we will add those questions in our FAQ list.
Most of the questions have already been answered.
We have tried to address that.
So I have just
think-
one. Yeah, please, sir.
I think this recording will be available in the YouTube. So few of the people are asking regarding the course structure, etc., that they can view from the YouTube. Detail will be available later on the semester-wise course pattern.
Yeah. So we will be sharing that also. All details will be shared.
So I have just one more quick question. Does ISU has hostel for everyone? That means is it guaranteed that all the candidates going from India after their second year, they'll get a hostel?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So, unlike Indian institutions, residential campuses like that, most students, there is on-campus housing available. There is also a lot of students also stay off campus. So our Indian Students Association is a good resource. When students are coming in, they can talk to them about what works best. So they are not required to stay on campus. They can choose housing off campus or on campus. And there is plenty of housing options available for the student body here at ISU. So the short answer is there's no guarantee. I mean, there's no question of guarantee because many students choose one over the other, right? So Shannon, anything else to add?
I would add that currently there is, housing available both on campus and off. If students are electing to live on campus, there is a placement process, and students can indicate their preference. So there's a variety of the different types of housing available on campus, anywhere from apartment style housing to dormitory or hostel style housing. So it could be that students are able to get housing on campus, but it may be a different style of housing than they had requested initially. But if they live on campus, there's an option to change their housing. So if they don't like where they're living initially, they can move to a different place potentially.
Yeah, so there are about several apartment complexes off campus that are popular amongst the students coming from India. So I think the Indian Student Association can help with the incoming students, kind of helping them to decide where to stay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have any further questions, and I don't think so. There are more types of questions in the chat also.
So what
Most-
Yeah, so one thing I saw, just if I may, there were some questions about, what they need to show for finances and things like that. So that's a visa question. When you apply for the visa, our understanding, I mean, with more visa applications is you may be required to show that you have the financial wherewithal to cover I believe it's at least a year. Shannon, you can provide a little bit more info
So
here. So the
what'll
overall
happen
cost of living
is,
would be.
as part of the admission process to Iowa State will be asking families to provide their financial solvency, so bank statements and things like that. And the current amount that students are asked to provide is a bank statement or letters indicating that there is 46,000 USD available. And so that'll be provided to Iowa State. And then after that's provided, then Iowa State will provide the documentation that the students need to apply for the visa. Iowa State didn't make up that number. That number is then based on what is required for the visa.
So
Yeah,
that
and
means
finally,
my
just for
understanding-
admission criteria, so go ahead.
Sorry, so that means my understanding is that at the end of second year, they have to show this bank statement having at least 46,000 USD in their accounts.
Yes, that's correct. And it will actually, honestly, it'll probably be closer to the beginning of their second year that they would need to show that
Yeah.
bank statement.
Yeah, we have a runway. We will make sure that that's clear on what, in essence, what they will need to show is roughly that amount as they are submitting. So there's a portal that they will, they've applied to this position, they've joined BITS, and then they will go through kind of a submission of documents, etc., so that they can get formally admitted into the ISU campus here, right? So for that information, that's what Shannon is talking. So that'll be roughly around November or so, basically fall term of your second year.
Yeah, thank you.
Shriram, you may also like to mention that you will be available in July also to answer many.
Yes, so
Yeah,
I will
Professor.
be. No, I was saying, so I will be July. I'm coming to. The plan is to come to Pilani campus and see if there are additional questions that people who are entering the program have. I can coordinate with the others if there's interest, and if you'd like me to visit the other campuses too, I can do that, right? So there'll be another opportunity to ask questions. And throughout, once the cohort is admitted, I think we plan to have touch points from Iowa State with the cohort, so they are staying on track, and we help them assemble whatever they need to do the transition between BITS and ISU.
Okay, I think thank you very much for your participation and attending this important webinar. Now, if you have any further questions, you can always write to us. Simply, already emails are there available on the website. And so we will be addressing, and in the meantime, what we are going to do is we are going to add few more FAQs so that you can able to understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Please reach out if you have more questions.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Well, bye-bye.